My name's Verity. I bust bad guys. You want to help? Come on in. We got 4 suspects pinned down. 3 of them are guilty. Listen to their stories and spot the mistakes. The ones that lie did the crime. Today, we're interviewing 4 performers from the Dingaling Brothers Circus. 3 of them pulled off a daredevil robbery of an armored car yesterday. Remember, only one of these clowns is telling the truth. The other 3 are lying. Speaking of clowns, first up, Buttons Ha-Ha.
You're joking, Verity! I was rehearsing for my new act as a one-man band. I play the kazoo, the bassoon, and the caboose.
How does that sound to you? Are the kazoo, the bassoon, and the caboose all musical instruments? Let's move on to Pex Armstrong, the circus strongman.
You can't strong-arm me, detective. Yesterday, I was bending metal bars with my pinkies. Let's see, I used titanium, terrarium, and aluminum.
That's quite impressive, Pex. But are those all metals? Now it's the Russian trapeze artist, Ivana Flipova.
Verity, darling, I'm innocent. I just flew back from Mother Russia this morning. That's Russia, as in the largest country in the world.
Hey, I could look that good too, if I had that face and that figure. But is Russia really the biggest country in the world? Finally, there's Gilberto Whiplash, the one-armed lion tamer.
I didn't knock over an armored car yesterday. I was picking out sheep's wool because I'm knitting my mama a cashmere sweater.
One-armed knitting. He must be good. But does cashmere really come from sheep? Well, just like I figured, each criminal all but confessed. Did you spot the mistakes?
I play the kazoo, the bassoon, and the caboose.
Buttons is gonna be one sad clown. A caboose isn't a musical instrument. It's the last car on a freight train.
I was bending metal bars with my pinkies. Let's see, I used titanium, terrarium, and aluminum.
The only thing Armstrong was bending was the truth. A terrarium isn't a metal. It's a tank where you keep plants and small animals.
I was picking out sheep's wool because I'm knitting my mama a cashmere sweater.
You'll have time to knit sweaters for the whole family where you're going. Cashmere comes from a special kind of goat, not sheep. Bye-bye, Whiplash.
That's Russia, as in the largest country in the world.
Ivana's not just another pretty face. And she's not lying either. Russia really is the biggest country in the world. She just better stay away from my boyfriend, or there's one trapeze artist who's headed for a fall.
That was cool. Let's play another. Revolting Slob.
You know, we can learn a thing or two from even the most peculiar people. Even the revolting slob, who seems to be about ready to...
Eat lunch!
Lunch? But you're dressed for football.
So?
Well, it must be hard to eat with all that equipment on. The revolting slob doesn't seem to realize how out of place his helmet and shoulder pads are for eating lunch. Does this make his equipment A, inaudible, B, inappropriate, or C, indescribable? The answer is B, inappropriate, which means not fitting or out of place.
Hey, touchdown!
You seem to like football.
Yeah.
Why don't you go play that instead?
Not very good.
Oh, come on. I'm sure you're terrific.
No, bad.
But everyone says you're a wonderful player.
They're wrong.
The revolting slob doesn't have any confidence in his football skills. Does that mean he lacks A, self-assurance, B, self-pity, or C, self-defense?
No.
The correct answer is A, self-assurance, which means a belief in one's abilities.
Touchdown!
My word, what a catch! The revolting slob is celebrating his amazing play.
Go, Slobby.
Is he being A, annihilated, B, annotated, or C, animated?
Booyaka!
The correct answer is C, animated, which means full of life and movement. Let's review. The revolting slob's football equipment is most inappropriate for eating lunch.
Not good.
When it comes to playing football, the revolting slob was lacking self-assurance. But after his remarkable catch, he became quite animated. And you might also be interested to know that annihilated means completely destroyed, which is what would happen if there were, say, an explosion. No slobs were harmed in the filming of this show.
Game time in 10 seconds. Sketchpad.
Hey, cats. It's your friend Sketch here to lay something heavy on you. Just 'cause you got eyes doesn't mean you always see. You got to get the whole picture before you really know what's going down. Don't believe me? Well, I'm going to show you some pages from my Sketchpad, but not every page. See if you can tell what's happening before I show you the missing pages. You dig? Now picture this. Two strong dudes are clearing a big field for plowing. Those cats work all day long. By the time they're done, they're mighty thirsty, baby. The only problem is they can't reach down far enough into the well to get some water. There's no bucket and no rope. But somehow those dudes find a way to get all the water they can drink. Crazy, man. Are you switched on and with it? Can you figure out what really went down before I lay the missing pages of my Sketchpad on you? Remember, you can look, but you don't always see. Check it out. Now, you might think some tall cat came along and gave them some help, but it ain't that. Or you may be thinking a quick rainstorm went passing through, but it ain't that. Or maybe you think they found a super long pipe and used it like a straw, but it ain't that either. So you gotta ask yourself, if those cats can't get nearer to the water, how can the water get nearer to them? By raising the water level, man. They dropped stones in the well, and the water level came up to meet them. Just like when you take a bath in a rubber-dub tub. Are you seeing it now? Groovy. Like I've been telling you, when you really use your eyes, you're gonna draw the right conclusions.
Professor Rocket. And who, may I ask, are you? Never mind, we don't have time for idle chit-chat, because it's time to play Psycho Math. Whoa, what's up with that? Okay, here's how Psycho Math works. I'll show you an equation, but instead of numbers, I will show you some pictures. Now listen up. You figure out what numbers the pictures stand for and solve the problem. It's as easy as pie, and even more delicious. Ready? Let's get with it. Okay, let's start with the number of the day that New Year's Eve falls on. Then add it to the number of spaces in a tic-tac-toe game. Then divide it by the number of notes in a musical scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You got the answer? You take 30 words, the day New Year's Eve falls on, add it to the 9 spaces in a tic-tac-toe game, divided by the 8 notes on a musical scale, and the answer is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're doing Psycho Math rocket style. Now, get ready for the next one. The number of holes in a standard golf course. Next, add the number of the IQ of a rock. Here's a hint, it's not too smart. Then, take away the number of lives 2 cats have. How you doing? Did you figure it all out? So, what does it equal? We got 18 holes in the golf course, plus 0 IQ points for that dumb old rock, minus 18 lives, that's 2 times 9 of the 2 cats. And it equals 0. Z-E-R-O, 0. And you thought 1 was a lonely number. Okay, this is the last one. But who's counting? Me, that's who. The number of dollars in a grand. Then you subtract the number of years in 5 centuries. Minus the number of centimeters in a meter. You got the answer? I know you do. Let's do the Psycho Math. There are $1,000 in a grand, minus 500 years in 5 centuries, minus 100 centimeters in a meter, equals 400. I said 400. Okay, I can't take it no more. Professor Rocket has to lie down and rest his aching brain so he can be ready to kick it with more Psycho Math. Until then, Professor Rocket's out.